I left the golf club on that course. He had to bring it back to me.
Anyway, this is a song about a maritime releases home in the Maritimes, gets himself a job up in Fort McMurray. Eventually he makes his way home with a pocket full of money, a couple of new habits, and a tale to tell. And it goes... Actually, I'm going to tell this little story, because this might take some time here, but I came up with the idea for this song back in October of 2008. I was still in the middle of working on my 830 Newfoundland record when I came up with the idea for this song. I had just done my first tour, extensive tour, in 6 years. So like in September of 2008, I did like a 6-week run, something like that. And I just gotten home. I pretty much stopped touring extensively and non-stop in 2002. I took about 6 years off. And what's that? I could talk quieter if you need me to. Anyway, so I had just gotten home, and I was, it was my first road trip in a long time. And I was very happy to be home. And I just started strumming this. I went, hey, what do you say? Just got back to town today. Best part of going away is coming home again. So I kind of like that. And so anyway, I wrote the first verse, which is the, let me tell you where I've been since I've been gone and back again. I'm coming in on an Alberta wind bartender bottoms up. I wrote that as fast as it took me to sing it. It was like, this kind of sort of fell out of it. It was just sort of waiting there to be written. And I kind of left it at that. And every once in a while, because I didn't know where, I knew the guy was coming in from Alberta, but I didn't know where he was going. I didn't know what he was up to. I didn't know anything. I knew I wasn't going to be able to write the song in an afternoon. That's all I knew. Anyway, so every once in a while, when I would take the dogs for a walk, I would sort of go visit that song and see if I could find something. I was not really having any luck. And then in June of 2009, we decided that we were going to do a video for my 830 Newfoundland video. And so I had the great idea that, hey, we should just drive across the country and film everything, because the song's about Canada and all these different locations. So let's do that. So I did that, but before we were going to do that, I thought, I'm not going to drive in a van. I said, I'm going to get like an RV or something. And I don't know if you know this or not, but RV doesn't stand for racing vehicle. These fucking things, man, like 90K tops. Whatever you pay for it, that's how fast it'll go. 90K? Yeah, maybe about 90K. I just made that part up. Pat pending. Anyway, so I realized by the time we hit like Elk Island, east of Edmonton, that this was a catastrophic error. What am I doing in this fucking thing? It was a nice RV. It was a 2000, I think 2001, 2002 RV. So this would have been in 2009. So, and it had like 26,000 kilometers. It was in good shape. But I knew just like getting east of Edmonton that this was just a fucking mistake, man. So we would see, we gotta film the sign to Bonneville, so we would pull over and we'd set up the camera, and it'd be like 45 minutes later, we're still like getting, and so I'm thinking, we're gonna be in Toronto in 4 days, man. This is not gonna happen. But anyway, and the radio didn't work. That's the only problem with that vehicle. And so the radio didn't work. I bought the van the RV from a buddy of mine in Edmonton. It's his RV lot, and I was living in Nashville, so I got like temporary tags, the whole thing, because I knew I had 10 days, is what my tags were, 10 days to get to Tennessee. I knew by the time we hit Elk Island, I wasn't going to make Nashville in 10 days, not a chance. And anyway. So I I said, I'm going through the story because I'm actually writing the story right now for my website. So this is kind of like, this is good for me. I'm so sorry that you have to bear with this. But anyway, so we are driving for about 9 hours from Edmonton to Saskatoon.
9 hours? 9 hours?
That's when I realized it wasn't a racing vehicle. It was a, it was a RV. Does not stand for racing vehicle. It was an RFSV. Really fucking slow vehicle. Anyway, so I'm driving this RV, and it's, like I said, it's nice. It's a nice ride, but it's just not quite. It's not gonna work. I already know that I have to return this RV, but I still got to drive all the way across the country before I can turn around and bring this thing back because we have a schedule. We're going to be in Toronto to be in this club to shoot this one scene for the video, and we're driving through Saskatoon, and we're going through downtown, and I know we want to go on to Broadway and get some footage of stuff down along there, and the river and all that kind of stuff. Anyway, I made like one wrong turn going across a bridge that I didn't realize was as low as it was, and tore the AC unit right off the top of the thing.
They fixed that bridge.
What's that?
They fixed the bridge.
Yeah.
Because of what I did?
Yeah.
I bet. But it was right around dinner time. There was these two ladies sort of walking across the bridge. You could tell they were out for their evening walk, after dinner and all this kind of stuff. And I said, I'm going to go for a walk with my friend and talk about whatever. And so they were walking across the bridge and just happened. Fuck, man, they almost went off. I hit that thing. Probably doing probably 50K when I hit that thing. Just crunch, man. What a disaster. So eventually we get all the way across the country, and I said, listen, man, I call my friend in Edmonton, hey man, this RV's not gonna work. He's like, well, you can sell it if you want to. I said, you know what, man? I'm just gonna return it. I hadn't even paid for the thing. I'm like, man, look, I'll get. I said, I ripped the AC right off the thing. It's just a piece of wire, but we'll get it all fixed up. But I'm like, this is just not going to work, man. And he had given me a screaming deal on that thing, and he could turn around and sell it for probably triple what he sold it to me for. So I knew that it was going to work out okay. But the tags expired in Ontario. I'm like, well, I'll just stop it in Kingston here, and I'll just get some temporary tags for another 10 days. And the chick's like, no, you can't do that. We said, where do you live in Kingston? I'm like, I don't live in Kingston. I live in Tennessee. She's like, well, I can't give you temporary tags if you don't live in Kingston. Well, what do you mean? Well, you can't. You got an Ontario driver's license? No, I can't give you temporary tags. You don't have the vehicle here, do you? Oh, no, Jesus, no. Oh, no. I was just thinking maybe I might buy an RV. So now I'm back in this RV now with tags expired, and I'm driving back to Edmonton in this thing from Kingston, Ontario. Man, I was just a nervous wreck, and so all the way down the 401 cars are just zipping. I'm like, man, I don't have insurance, man. Just take it easy here, man. Cops are behind me. I'm like, please don't read the tags. Please don't read the tags. Please don't read the tags. God. Anyway, so I get to Sault Ste. Marie. No, not Sault Ste. Marie. I got to Sudbury the first day. Stayed there in some parking lot because it was an RV. It was comfy. I could sleep in it. I was for every $300 tank of gas I was paying. I was saving and not having to go to a hotel, which was nice. But this radio I didn't have a radio. And I was just driving this thing by myself. So me and this friend of mine, Courtney, who was the camera guy and the director of the video, he drove all the way across with me, and then he flew home after. So I'm driving this RV all by myself across the country with no insurance and no radio.
What could possibly go wrong?
Yeah, and so I was nervous. I'm sorry this story is so long, but I was just a nervous wreck all the way from to Sudbury, and then Sudbury over to Sault Ste. Marie, and then up to Thunder Bay for about 2 hours. Have you anybody here driven from Sudbury to Thunder Bay?
Yeah.
Woo! When that sign says, Thunder Bay 700 kilometers, you're like, oh my God, you gotta be kidding. It's just a 2-lane highway with 90 kilometers an hour. It's beautiful in the summer. It's not a lot of fun in the winter, but there's 2.5 hours of that drive where the RCMP were right behind me the whole way. I'm like, oh, this is not good. This is not good. What do I was like having a nervous breakdown. I wanted to pull over and just sort of say, look, you got me. Just take me away. But they followed me for like 2 hours, like from Wawa to like Marathon or something like that. And I was like, oh God, this is just a nightmare. But eventually they turned around, but I had no radio. So all I would do is, let me tell you where I've been since I've been gone back again, I'm coming on. So I wrote the entire song, just tapping on the steering wheel I drove, I think I did 3 16-hour days, and then the last day was like 4 hours or something from Lloyd or something like that. It was like, but the whole, I lost my mind. I think I had PTSD. PTSD-RV. And I would just tap it on the steering wheel. Let me tell you where I've been since I've been going back. Coming on a bird of wind, bartender walls up. And that was the only thing that kept me relatively sane. Relatively. So anyway, long story for a very short song, so I apologize for that. And do not send that to the RCMP, man. I see what you're doing. Let me tell you where I've been since I've been gone and back again. I'm coming on a whirlwind, bartender bottoms up. Now listen boys, it's been a while, the tribulations and the trials have come along and drunken my bartender bottoms up. You're in the bell, Jimmy, would you please? Well, as long as you're pulling the pints, pulling for me. You're in the bell, Jimmy, would you please? Oh, it's been so long that I've been gone, but I'm back from away. Hey, what do you say? I just got back to town today. The best part of gone away, coming home again. Say, hey, what do you say? I just got back to town today. The best part of gone away is coming home again. The morning sun was at my back as I left at a Kodiak, making my way out to Fort Mac, bartender bottoms up. I left my home in the Maritimes when I crossed the Coca-Cola. I'm up to the birds and I'm making good time, bartender bottoms up. You're in the bell, Jimmy, would you please? Well, Ontario was such a fuckable ways. Manitoba, Saskatchewan. Well, the Mexican said the yellowhead's as flat as she is long. But hey, what do you say? I just got back to town today. The best part of gone away, coming home again. Say, hey, what do you say? I just got back to town today. The best part of gone away is coming home again. I'm rolling north on 63, I'm pulling in the McMurray, and Easterners are all you see, bartender bottoms up. Working in the tar sands, drinking in the oil can. They think we're all from Newfoundland, bartender bottoms up. You're in the bell, Jimmy, when you please. Well, as long as you're pulling the pints, pulling for me. You're in the bell, Jimmy, when you please. And you tell the boys who make the noise, the drinks are on me. Hey, what do you say? I just got back to town today. Best part of going away is coming home again. Hey, what do you say? I just got back to town today. The best part of going away is coming home again. Yeah! I say, hey, what do you say? I just got back to town today. The best part of going away is coming home again. Hey, what do you say? I just got back to town today. The best part of going away is coming home again. We're working the patch to make the green, and steeper rents I've never seen, and Christ the price of gasoline, bartender bottoms up. I spent most of me money on booze and rods, the rest I wasted, swear to God. The odds were good, but the goods were on, bartender bottoms up. Now listen boys, that's where I've been since I've been gone and back again. Now thank Christ some missus let me in. I said bartender bottoms up.